Alright, so I'm doing my first check-in for this new hike I got going. I've done it before, but I did it in summer. That was really rough. I don't know if you can see Sedona behind me. So I'm headed behind me to the top of this big mountain structure that's called Wilson Mountain. So legend is that it was born out of Sedona history. There's a large grizzly bear killing people in the area and taking food and stuff like that back in the early Sedona times. And they hired a guy named Wilson, who was a famed hunter, to go out and kill this bear. And he, being the prideful man that he was, his rifle was in the shop or something like that, and so he took a .22 caliber to face off against a grizzly bear. But the cool thing is, it's like one of those dragon heart things, you know, where my tooth comes down, my sword comes up type things, because no one ever heard from Wilson or the bear again. So everyone thinks that he got him, but he died in the process. So that's a cool story. So yeah, I'll check in. I'll see you in a bit. Sedona's beautiful today. Alright, so I feel like I'm probably about halfway there up Wilson Mountain Trail. If you look in the background, you can see a bridge behind me. That's actually where the trail starts. So that's how far I've hiked thus far. And it's been up the whole time. And let me see if I can get a good view behind here. That's how much further up I have to go. It looks like another 1,000 feet or so, if not more. But next update, I'll give you views of Oak Creek Canyon. There's nothing like coming to Sedona and hiking Mount Wilson and seeing views from the top of Oak Creek Canyon, because the majority of experience you ever get inside Oak Creek Canyon is like a quick hike into West Fork, and sometimes you may get a buddy who's like lucky enough to know canyoneering, so there may be that, but hardly anyone knows how ginormous Oak Creek Canyon actually is. So I'll show you views from the top. It's grand. All right, I can't tell you how incredible this is. Like, got all of Sedona in the background. I got random rocks falling all around. It's kind of weird. I mean, in the past, can't show you now, but like, it's just red rocks galore. Beautiful. Wilson Mountain Trail it's a true legend to me. I feel like I was a bit spoiled the last time I did this trail, just because I was training for Mount Whitney at the time, and every Saturday was a early morning spoil fest out into the mountains. I'd get up at 3 a.m. and climb Mount Humphreys from either side. Or this trail, I think, was my third week of training. Yeah, 10.3 miles and 3,000 vertical feet is a pretty decent hike. It's actually almost exactly the length of the Whitney Portal Trail if you don't take the mountaineering route. It's half the length. It's 22 miles, 6,000 feet in vertical. So it's the longest day of my life, that one. But anyway, I'm out. Alright, well, I've gotten into some absolutely beautiful territory. It's incredible. Behind me are the Kachina Peaks. So I'm at the Wilson Mountain Saddle in Sedona. Looks like I'm about 800 to 900 feet below the summit. And behind me is Humphreys Peak, Agassiz Peak, Dunlap and Fremont Peak, Doyle Peak, and Avenue Peak. And I'm not certain the name of the last mountain, but I did not expect to see them in such glory and snow covered and everything. It's quite a sight to behold. And then below me over here this way is Oak Creek Canyon. And it's just unbelievable. Most of the time when you go into the canyon, it's you only get a taste of the West Fork, and I think all we can see right now is the West Fork as well. But as we climb higher into the Wilson Mountain, should be able to get more views of the canyon. But geez, these views are just to die for. So this is one of those cool things you don't see every day. If you hit the normal city trails, is ice falls. There's ice waterfalls all over this side of the mountain. Pretty cool. Just thought that was a cool view. I gotta be honest, Wilson Mountains, it's a butt kicker, and I did not expect snow on this trail. Ice on the path. I mean, it's mid-January, but like, it's Sedona. Like, it never snows in Sedona. Like, why is there snow all over this mountain? Anyway, just, I know it's the middle of winter, so perhaps I should be reasonable, but climbing up, it's just incredible. You got snow, which I gotta navigate through now, but you got views of the Kachina Peaks and Oak Creek Canyon to die for, and it's just breathtaking. Like, testimony wise, it's been like, I quit my job, so that was rough because I really loved that job, but it got too stressful for me to handle. The expectations were too high, and so it's been a while. I had to remind myself, you gotta do hard things to be a man. If you sit inside and you freaking eat cheeseburgers and play video games all the time, it's just like, it's not a rewarding existence, and this is. So, testimony, meaning I sat inside a lot lately and I ate a lot of cheeseburgers and it sucked. So, but this does not. This is just incredible. Anyway, I have entered a winter wonderland on Wilson Mountain in Sedona, and it makes you ask the question: why do you ever buy snow and ice gear if you never actually prepare to use it? Like crampons. I did bring my poles, so it does help with the balance, but geez, like, shake my head at myself sometimes for lack of preparation. But I mean, it's not a killer, it's just you be more stable, that's all. Whew. Beautiful though. So I made it, not to the top yet, but into this interesting portion of the ridgeline of Wilson Peak, and it kind of reminds me of there's a section where you cross into the actual ruins portion of Mesa Verde National Park in southern Colorado. And there's this massive dead forest that was burned, and this kind of reminds me of it, only I don't think there's a burn up here. It's just January, it's the season, but it's beautiful. Really enjoying this whole hike. So, well, I made it to the top. I decided not to go the other 0.1 miles all the way to the actual Sedona overlook because I like this one so much more, and I want to stop and eat, and I have a massive Subway sandwich calling my name. So, yeah, successful hike. Well, halfway done anyway. Let's see how I fare on the way back.